Welcome back to Auto Addicts, the home of car lovers who crave in-depth reviews and timeless stories about the most iconic machines ever built. Before we dive into today's feature, make sure you hit that subscribe button and join the Auto Addicts family, because here you'll always find detailed reviews that combine passion, history, and performance. Today, we're going back in time to explore a legendary Italian masterpiece that has earned its place as one of the most beautiful and important cars ever created. The 1942 Alfa Romeo 6C 2500. The first thing that strikes you about this car is the exterior design. The 6C 2500, especially in its sport and touring-bodied variant, was a rolling piece of art. This was an era when cars weren't just transportation. They were sculpted by hand with precision and elegance. The Alfa Romeo 6C 2500 carried flowing lines, graceful curves, and a silhouette that still looks breathtaking more than 8 decades later. The long hood stretched forward with authority, while the signature Alfa Romeo shield grille sat proudly at the front, framed by delicate chrome accents. The rounded fenders, flowing roofline, and balanced proportions gave an elegance that was unmatched at the time. Designed by Carrozzeria Touring, using their famous Superleggera lightweight construction method, the body of this car wasn't just about beauty. It was about performance too. From every angle, it looked like a car that belonged to royalty, and in many ways it did, because it was owned by the wealthy elite who appreciated exclusivity and style. Stepping inside, the Alfa Romeo 6C 2500 welcomed you into a cabin that blended luxury with craftsmanship. The interior was hand-built, a reflection of Italian artisanship at its finest. The dashboard was simple yet elegant, featuring wooden panels, round gauges, and finely detailed chrome bezels. The large steering wheel, often finished in polished wood, gave drivers a sense of direct connection with the machine. Leather upholstery wrapped the seats, offering comfort while exuding richness. The cabin wasn't about overwhelming features or technology. It was about atmosphere, the smell of leather, the feel of wood and metal, and the way every component was assembled by hand created an environment that today feels like stepping back into a piece of living history. Every dial and switch had purpose, and every stitch in the upholstery carried a human touch. Sitting inside a 6C 2500 wasn't just about driving. It was about experiencing a masterpiece of design. Now let's talk about what lies under that elegant hood. Because the Alfa Romeo 6C 2500 was not just about looks. Powering this classic was a 2.5-liter inline-six engine, which, depending on the variant, produced between 87 to 110 horsepower. That might sound modest today, but in the 1940s it was a strong figure, especially for a luxury grand tourer. The car was paired with 4-speed manual transmission, offering a smooth yet engaging driving experience. What made it special was not just raw numbers, but the refinement of the engine. It was smooth, responsive, and capable of delivering power consistently across different speeds. On the road, the 6C 2500 was celebrated for its balance and composure, with independent front suspension and a rigid rear axle. It provided handling that was considered advanced for its time. The touring Superleggera body construction kept it relatively light, enhancing agility and performance. The car could cruise comfortably on long journeys, yet when pushed, it showed the lively, spirited character that Alfa Romeo was known for. This was a machine that gave drivers a sense of control and connection, and it stood out as one of the last true pre-war designs to carry Alfa Romeo's sporting spirit into the post-war years. The 6C 2500 was also significant in Alfa Romeo's history because it marked a transition. It was the last of the great coach-built Alfa Romeos before the company moved toward more mass-produced models after World War II. That makes this car not only beautiful and capable, but also historically important. It represented the end of an era when cars were truly bespoke creations. Of course, a car like this was never meant to be affordable for the masses. Back in the 1940s, it was already a luxury vehicle accessible only to the wealthy. Today, its rarity and beauty have turned it into a highly valuable collector's item. Prices for a 1942 Alfa Romeo 6C 2500 vary, depending on condition, provenance, and specific body style. But they often range from $500,000 to well over $1 million at auctions. Some rare versions, especially those with racing history or unique coachwork, can fetch even higher prices. This isn't just a car, it's a piece of rolling art, and collectors know they're not just buying a machine, but a slice of Italian automotive heritage. When you think about the 1942 Alfa Romeo 6C 2500, you realize it embodies everything that makes classic cars so special. It has timeless design, handcrafted interiors, a refined yet capable engine, and a story rooted in one of the most challenging times in history. It's a reminder of what Alfa Romeo stood for: passion, beauty, and performance, all wrapped into a car that feels alive even decades later. That brings us to the end of today's review of the legendary 1942 Alfa Romeo 6C 2500. This car isn't just a vehicle. It's a piece of history that connects us to a golden era of automotive design. If you enjoyed this journey back in time, don't forget to hit that like button. Share this video with your fellow car enthusiasts, and most importantly, subscribe to Auto Addicts so you never miss out on more exciting reviews of both timeless classics and modern innovations. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.